Boom, chicka, wow, wow. Dooga, 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 doo, dooga, wow, wow. Chicka, 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 doo, 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 doo. Down, down, doo, 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 doo. Doo, doo, doo. Doo, doo, doo. Doo, 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 doo. Doo, doo, doo. Doo, 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 doo. Doo, 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 doo. Da, 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 da. Oh, hi there. What's up, sons? It's Blind Rod with Son of a Tech once again, and welcome to the 90,000 subscriber AMA. Let me tell you guys a story. See, I've been mining cryptocurrency since like 2017, and I've had a YouTube channel for about 10 years. I've had a Twitch channel for probably about that long as well, if not longer. I have tried for a majority of my adult life to make it on some sort of platform. Unsuccessfully, I might add. So this is pretty incredible. Back in 2017, end of 2016, I was trying to do tech content on YouTube. I had just rebranded my channel from Blind Run Gaming to Son of a Tech, which is what the channel's named now. And then graphics cards got hard to purchase. So as a result, I went ahead and sold an RX 474 gigabyte for $700 on eBay. And I made a video about it. I then realized that it was due to cryptocurrency mining and started putting all of my GPUs to work mining Ethereum and started making crypto content. We had some success up to about 30,000 subscribers until the first bear market and crash that I had been through occurred and mining became unprofitable. Along with that, the channel took a dive and we were just kind of getting the ball rolling to where we were getting some momentum, and that momentum died off. Got a little depressed, not gonna lie, went back and continued to work in my IT job as a cloud solution specialist for the next couple of years and kind of started just streaming on Twitch and having fun with it whenever I could. So for everybody that stuck with me through all of that, and some people I know that have been around for 10 years or so, thank you guys. Without you all, we wouldn't be here. This is absolutely insane. So all the original goats, all the OGs, I owe it all to you guys for like sticking around, telling me to keep trying. And a lot of people didn't say that, right? I mean, to be frank with you guys, I didn't even feel like it. When we got around to about August of this past year, I took a look at the market and I took a look at what was going on with Ethereum mining. And I said, I'm going to try again. So we tried again and it worked. Now the difference was I went all the way in and caught it before it blew up. And now we are making a living off of cryptocurrency mining, trading, and investing. And then we are starting to build up the YouTube channel as an extra income stream. And it's absolutely incredible. I can't believe that it was even possible. And a lot of the time right now, I keep waking up thinking I need to go to a day job or I need to go look for another job. And then I pull up, you know, the revenue from the miners and all of that stuff. And I'm like, okay, good. We're okay. We're going to be able to push YouTube. And yes, I have been trying to push YouTube super hard. We are doing about 2 videos a day. And then we had a couple where we're only doing 1 a day this week due to the laser eye surgery. But laser eye surgery without crypto, I would never have been able to do. And so now I have 20/20 vision without contacts or glasses. And because it's a cosmetic surgery, insurance would never cover it. And man, it's great. It's great. So huge thanks to everybody. I just wanted you guys to know kind of where it's come from. For anybody that's out there that's still trying to build a YouTube channel, or if you're trying to build your cryptocurrency miners, or you're trying to learn to program and create an application, or you're trying to get into IT, or you're trying to do anything, the most important thing that I can tell you guys to do is just to keep trying. And at the end of the day, if you keep trying, and I recommend to keep trying the same thing no matter how monotonous it gets, eventually it'll pay off, dude. So there's where we're at. Now, obviously it's an AMA. The priority on the AMA will be donations first, and then at Son of a Tech second, with people that have memberships or active memberships getting answered first. So as long as we get that going, we'll be golden. We do need to talk, I guess, about we have a lot of stuff coming for Ethereum coming up this week. We're covering Ethermine and MEV. We also have some Raven coin stuff coming out this week as well. And then I think we are going to go ahead and do the live Give Me a Coin and I'll Google it for you every Wednesday at 7 p.m. So Queen of Random asked, do you think there will be another crash and cycle up again in a few years after the next BTC halving? Are you going to go back to your tech job if that happens? So there's a few strategies you can do here. Cryptocurrency is always moving, right? Everything is kind of shifting. You're going to have to stay on your toes and figure out what you're going to do. It is possible that it crashes. If it follows last cycle, it'll crash in like February of 2022, something around there. If it followed like the exact same pattern, I'd have to go back and look again, and then we would go into a bear market again. The difference this time is that we have a very unstable fiat currency that may keep that from actually happening. Now, the bear market might happen, but maybe not as big of a crash. You can't read markets that well. If anybody tells you they can, they're probably wrong. What will happen is that cryptocurrency in general will go up right after the next Bitcoin halving, so from wherever it was. And that's just because of the nature of the supply and demand of Bitcoin. So you can at least be able to say wherever Bitcoin is at before the halving, it should go up after the halving. What will Bitcoin be at right before the next halving? I don't know. But if it went into a bear market again, my assumption would be sometime in 2022 until about 2024. That would be my assumption. Polytech says, be honest, is Raven your favorite? No, I don't really have favorites, first of all. Second of all, if I was going to have one, it would probably be something that I think is making more waves, probably something like Polkadot. And I know for a lot of people that don't like proof of stake, that comes hard to hear for you guys. But if we're talking about the best implementation of blockchain technology as it sits and the easiest one to get into and start programming for, it feels like Polkadot to me. Okay. And I take that super seriously because of, like, if I'm being completely honest with myself and with everybody and what I'm seeing the technology shift into. Favorite mineable coin, obviously the most profit's going to be the one you want to go with. I hear a lot of people getting scared and saying, should we be selling their GPUs? I did want to address that. You need to keep in mind that even if ETH goes completely unprofitable and you can't mine it at all, like let's say they just drop ETH 2.0 tomorrow, you're only taking about a 50% cut in your profits and when swapping to a different altcoin right now. So you're still going to be in the green and making profits. So calm down, you'll be good. And also thanks for that $5, by the way, Paulie. Okay. So Nappin and Matten asked, hey bro, do you know when to change thermal pads on a GPU? Yeah, when the hash rate goes down. That's when you do it. All right. Welcome to the stream, Pablo. Vicky asked, do you think the value of ETH will boost after EIP 1559? That's yet to be seen. I think there's a couple issues. I think that inadvertently, due to miners, actually, you can thank miners for this, but miners have exposed a huge issue with ETH that is called MEV, or maximal extracted value. There are currently GitHub projects that are available for you to download and manipulate as a trader to implement what they call sandwiching. And what that does is essentially, which we've described before, is a big whale comes in with a big transaction. And to adjust the price, the mining pool will put in a transaction ahead of it to increase the transaction fees, etc., and the price on the whale. And then right after that, they will pay that back. Typically, the transaction that happens before is borrowed Ethereum, and the transaction that happens after is them paying back the borrowed Ethereum after they've made money on, of course, the transaction that they sandwiched. The other thing that they've exposed as part of MEV is that off-chain deals to get in your transaction after an Oracle update are happening on the network. These are two very bad things to have in the public eye, in my humble opinion, for Ethereum. So because of that and the public awareness of that coming out, I would be a little cautious on ETH price in general. That doesn't mean that ETH is doomed, and I do know that they have some things that they are announcing in EIPs to adjust with this, but it does look like everybody is on board with Flashbots, for example. I'm still working through all of my study materials on this to get the best idea I can. I've covered it on the very basic level for you guys in my video, MEV is BS. All right, I can't read the name, but hi, son of a tech. Just want to say thanks. Okay, that's just a hi. Hi. I don't know how to say your name. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so please do @ son of a tech. It makes it easier for me to read it, guys. And then, like I said, priority goes to donations, and then of course we will do the other ones right after. I needed to figure out. Oh, you can insert ads now. That's not the button I want. All right. Okay, so Solaris says, son of a tech, don't you think that is all in our blood? RX 580, 31 mega hash. So is the next stop ETC? I don't think the next stop would be Ethereum Classic. No, I don't think it's profitable enough. Ravencoin, Cortex, and Conflux are more profitable. Now, obviously, if you have an ET hash ASIC, then your only option is going to be something like Ethereum Classic or Ether 1. I don't see that. Look, man, like neither one of those, first of all, neither one of them are going to be able, are even looking at solving scalability, right? And like, if we're being honest about the projects and what needs to be fixed right now are transaction times and scalability for developers. That's what needs to be solved. The only proof of work coin doing that right now is Conflux. Louis G, son of a tech, are you invested in Omi? Kami? So that was a #1 question. If you guys don't know, I read a lot of comments, and then I create a spreadsheet. It's in my Google. I actually hold it in the Google account. It's a Google sheet. And in that Google sheet, I type in questions that people have asked, and then I type in basically a number of how many times they've been asked, or that question has been asked. And then I try to prioritize those questions above all, and one of those was how to buy Ami. So you guys are shifting the content that is on the channel with the comments you make on the channel. And I do my best to stay as true to that as possible. Am I invested in AMI? Yes, but not that much. Obviously, I did the $20, and then to do the testing, I always go ahead and purchase a certain amount. I did hear people were having issues extracting AMI. I tested that with the $20, about $20, and I'm not having issues extracting it. I think part of the confusion there is that the way it records it on the Ethereum chain is a little bit more difficult for you to actually see your tokens. Like if you just send it to your MetaMask wallet, it's hard for you to see it. Like you have to load in a special tracker and all that. I thought about doing a how-to video on that, but in 4 days, we are going to have it launch on Uniswap, and then it just makes the whole process easier. So right now, I recommend just holding your AMI in the exchange against everything that I typically preach. But for now, because of where that token sits in the ecosystem, just kind of holding it in AMI and then getting ready to possibly move it to Uniswap in 4 days. And then if you really want to play like heavy, it's going to have a huge burst in 4 days. Typically, that's how these tokens work. You sell, you wait for it to settle, and then you buy back in, and then you add liquidity. You can also get away with sometimes adding liquidity right off the bat and earning some fees on that heavy trading day as well, if you're quick enough. But those are all kind of like weird, like, I guess, meta strategies that you can utilize. Practice it. Obviously, we have a how to use Uniswap and how to add liquidity in Uniswap as, you know, examples. You will have to have, frankly, a bit of money to cover transactions and stuff. So just buying $100 of AMI and then having $100 worth of ETH is probably not going to be something you want to add liquidity to. Stig asks, I use Nano miner. Is that an okay miner? First time getting into mining. I haven't used Nano miner in quite some time. The big popular ones is, and if this is for ETH, and thank you for the 50 NOK. I don't even know what that is actually. What currency is that? Can you tell me? It would be basically for Ethereum, you'd want to be looking at Phoenix Miner, making sure you download it. Check out my how to check the MD hash video. Do that for all of these. LOL Miner works, but it just depends on which GPU you're running. And then my favorites are Team Red Miner for AMD and then T-Rex Miner for NVIDIA. So KPEB says, should I spend money and build an ETH mining rig now because of the 2.0 situation? Right now, what you're doing is building a mining rig. You need to get ETH out of your head. You need to be taking into account if ETH goes away tomorrow, is there something else that you will mine, and calculate your ROI based on that. Peter Wesson says, oops, I missed it. I'll try to get it. Love your content. What ETH pool are you mining to currently? You're on Spark Pool and want to switch to Flex Pool. I was mining on Flex Pool all week, and I swapped to Ethermine for their beta, and we will have a video on that out tomorrow. So look forward to that. Johnny Winter says, wanted to say thanks for showing the BIOS mod for the 6800. Got yours running at 96 watts at 63 mega hash a second. Hooah! Sounds good, my dude. Seth01 says, isn't ETC switching to SHA-3? That would solve scalability. I don't know. I'd have to look into more of what they're doing. But if I don't think SHA-3 wouldn't necessarily. Is that the mining algo? Is that what you're referencing? What you need to solve scalability is a method for people to communicate cross multiple chains. Ethereum for 2.0 calls this sharding. Polkadot calls this parachains and parathreads. There's actually two different systems there. We've gone over that in detail in previous videos if you need to check that out. Cardano, the one they're working on, is going to be called quorums. And let me think. I forgot what Complex calls theirs, but Complex has one as well. So Ron Watkins, how do you BIOS mod an NVIDIA 3080? You cannot BIOS mod 3000 series in any meaningful manner at this point. really any NVIDIAs in any meaningful manner at this point, to be honest. Adjduk says, GPU not detected, mining on Ubuntu. Well, make sure you have the right drivers installed and then go from there. Julia says, best coin to mine, to CPU mine. So I don't actually know. I've been working on that lately. There's a lot of opinions out there. I personally just like to support Monero, so that's what I put my CPUs from my mining rigs on. But not because it's most profitable, but because I support Monero, if that makes sense. Eduardo says, but when all the miners migrate to Raven or Conflux, difficulty will skyrocket. You're correct. And then they will become unprofitable. Possibly. I think there's a way overestimation of the amount of GPUs that are on Ethereum currently versus the amount of ASICs. But we're going to have to see how it plays out. That's just how it is, man. There are there's a lot of different coins that are profitable, though. Brand coin, new crypto channel here, trying to kill it. We'll never give up. All right, well, good luck, man. Thanks for the 139. Definitely ask a question next time, though, dude. Because then we get a little bit more to go off of. Secured says you have a mix of 5500 XT, 5600 XT, and 6700 XT. Hold on. And 3070 cards in my rig using Hive. Is it bad having a mix of cards? In your particular case, yes, it can be bad. So the reason being is primarily that I would want personally to have like my 6700 XT split off from the 5500 and 5600, and then I'd want to have the 3070 split off. And that is due to multiple things. One is going to be Team Red Miner has a switch where you can actually get a little bit better hash rate by loading the extra VRAM in the 6700 XT, because it's 12 gigabyte if I recall. And then for your 3070, T-Rex miner is going to be a little bit better than other miners. Of course, if you want to just throw them all together and do Phoenix Miner and make it easy, that's fine. There are some times when adding different cards that are mixed like that, you'll have more stability issues, and you'll just have to play that out and try to mess with it and get it sorted. So Solar Miner, India, thank you for the, is that 100 rupees or what is it for India? Tell me. I'm always learning. Hi, I mine crypto using solar power. I am from India. I have a channel regarding it. Man, you guys are really asking for shout outs here. Look, I get that. That's really, really cool. And people can see your donations, and I think they can go over and click over to them. I can't condone channels without actually going through and watching your content. So there you go. If you guys want to check them out, though, go ahead and click it. Once again, I haven't watched any of these channels, so, you know, I don't know how valid or whatever the information is. So I have to be really careful there, guys. And I appreciate the donation. So oh dude, you gotta help me with your name. Frantisek? I'm gonna botch that every time. Hi, I just started to mine on RTX 3060 Ti and I have one spare GTX 1050 Ti. Do you think you can mine something on it? The 1050 Ti should be able to mine some stuff, but they're mostly going to be like Equihash coins and so on. I'm working on a video to determine what we can do with like some of the smaller cards with less VRAM on them. I think the 1050 Ti is fine on Ravencoin right now, though. The DAG just went over 3 gigs. So I know my 1063 gigs got knocked off, but I think the 1050 Ti has 4 gigs of RAM. So I think you can do Ravencoin right now. Okie doke. Catch him back up. Vestig says, Son of a Tech, do you think you do an updated video on mining Monero? Yes, I'm trying. You guys, look, so here's the thing with like video, like I said, the content gets curated in the manner in which the most questions are being asked primarily. You guys got to realize, too, that we have a ton of questions. So I'm trying to get to all of them. We have plenty of content. That's the good news. The bad news, you're probably just going to have to wait a little bit. I also have to do a lot of studying. Like, you have to verify every single thing, try to make sure it's right, and it takes a while. So I'm trying to get to all that stuff, but Monero's on my list. David B says, love the content. Did you already make a video on how to mine Raven, not with the OS? And if so, is Binance the only exchange that handles it, or is there a swap that handles it? So there are swaps. I haven't used them. And then 2 exchanges are Binance.com, yeah. And then if you want a non-geographical restricted one, there is Trade Ogre, but I wouldn't put money behind Trade Ogre. Meaning, like, I've used it, it works. I don't know how long it'll work. It's a little sketchy. It's a little fun. You put it in there, you're like, is it gonna go? Oh, sweet. Can I get my Bitcoin out? Yes, yes. But it's one of those exchanges. You know what I mean? Just yeah. And yes, we have done a video on how to mine Raven on Windows 10. You can check it out. I bet if you just type in how to mine Raven coin, it'll come right up. So let's see. Ventislav Petrov. Now I'm getting all Spanish with my Russian. I don't know, dude. I'm messing up. Are you invested in Vertcoin and why? No, I just mine Vertcoin. I feel like Vertcoin's future is transaction based, and I think that they have a really cool spot in the market, which is mine and game at the same time, which is really cool. And I think that there's something there to be said for that. I think that if they could integrate that somehow with video game purchases or something along those lines, I think they would be awesome. Right now where it sits though, yeah, like anytime we're talking about transaction coins, like, or coins that are just meant for like transacting on the network as opposed to like something like Ethereum or DOT or something, outside of Bitcoin, which obviously, like, it gets complicated, but when their primary focus is that, outside of Bitcoin, they typically keep a lower value, right? Something like Litecoin, which I've been using a lot more of lately. I use it a lot, but I don't really like stay invested in it a lot, if that makes sense. Let's see. I'm trying to get to all of them. I think I missed, no, okay, we're good. We're good. How many GPUs do I have for mining? Currently, I have 60 in the farm and then maybe another 10 for testing that are basically getting swapped in and out all the time. You can probably hear this miner over here running. So it really just depends. Adham, Eldeeb, hey, son of a tech. Sorry, I'm really bad with names. I'm just going to stop. Can't do it. Is it Adam? I'm just going to go with Adam. So Adam says, what is the #1 beginner's mistake you see miners make all the time? Using nice hash. That was a softball. Woo! Done. Leonardo says, son of a tech, could you make a tutorial for MinerStat? I heard it's good, but I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm working on it. It's on the list. It is on the list. Crypto boom. Saw a roach clip. Solo Outlaw, and thanks for the $5 or the $2, $2 Canadian dollars. Crypto Investor Inc. Solo Outlaw, son of a tech, what to mine on one RTX 3080 GPU? Ethereum. It's just the easiest. Cortex is good. Conflux is good. Ravencoin, pretty good. It's not terrible. Zach Howard, any reason to not use services like SwapSpace over setting up accounts all over exchanges? Guessing paying a premium to use it. I will have to do some research. I don't know enough about SwapSpace to speak on it intelligently at this time. Let's see. Critical Geek says, no one asked the most important question. Son of a Tech sounds like a Swedish person talking English and looks it too. So am I Swedish? No. No. Ancestry says German. I guess. Primarily German. Over 50%. But I got a lot of mixes. A lot of mixes. Hey, Keith, stop using the WCCF tech. Where is the Son of a Tech merch? Should be below the channel, but we are going to be trying to make custom merch. Just give me some time. We were planning on doing it, and then YouTube took all my money. That's where we're at, guys. But all the donations and everything like that is definitely going to merch. And Dane's going to be working on helping me out with some of the designs, I believe, which is DP Unique in chat, if you guys are curious who that is. Mystic, are we going to get how-to videos on Trade Ogre? Yeah, I can. Like I said, I'm good with doing any how-to videos. I try to be very clear that, like, I don't know the validity behind any of them, right? So, we can. Let's see. Bayomas says, hey, Son of a Tech, what are your thoughts on Mimblewimblecoin? You know, I don't know. I'm not up to date enough with it. Obviously, I'm testing it, but I'm just testing the hash rate and then getting like what the value of it is. Mimblewimblecoin will have to get added to a WTF is, and we'll have to actually go do an in-depth dive. But this time, I don't have any statements around that one. Wave says, Son of a Tech, do you have a rig build buyer's guide? Saw your GPU buyer's guide. Is the goal to just make the cheapest machine that won't overheat? So your goal is to fit as many GPUs that as stably as possible on a single CPU and motherboard. That's your ultimate goal. But I don't necessarily have like a whole rig buyer's guide, but I can add that to my list. That actually sounds like a pretty good one. Truck Dick says, I can't say that name and not laugh, sorry. Esports team when? Oh, I don't know, man. We got to see if people start watching me on Twitch and then we'll start one up. Dude, I've been stuck for like, since Doom Eternal came out, I've been stuck on this one part in nightmare mode. Last night, I had my laser eyes ready and I freaking nailed it. I beat it. So the eyes are working, dude. Just wait till we get back into some Apex and some Call of Duty Warzone this week. It's gonna be sick. 2021 says, at Son of a Tech, do you take your mandatory? I don't know what AstraZeneca is, but I'm assuming that's a diss of some sort. Ramen Preet, nice hash or Ethermine, choose one. What do you mean? They're not even the same thing. Without Ethermine, there's no nice hash, probably. GA says, Son of a Tech, can we mine to a Ledger Nano X? In the past, they always said don't mine to your hardware wallets. I guess that had something to do with the processing time. And I haven't tested on the Ledger necessarily, but on the Trezor, it's fine at this point. But there's a lot of stuff going on with Trezor right now that we got to do some updated guides on because they are moving stuff fast with how they're functioning now. Crypto investors, are you seeing what I'm seeing? They're literally asking 3,000 plus for a 3060 Ti. When will the gouging stop? Well, the gouging will stop when Ethereum is not as profitable. Maybe not even then. It'll still be a little bit of gouging. But yeah, I mean, the more people that mine, the more difficult that Ethereum gets, the less likely people are willing to spend more. So if you're looking at it from that perspective, if you're a gamer and you're like, I want it to stop right now, like I think Barnacles Nerdgasm or whatever, Barnacles was saying it earlier on his stream. If you're a gamer and like if you guys want prices to go down, increase the difficulty of the Ethereum network and start mining Ethereum, plus start paying off your cards. Don't be ridiculous about it. Be practical about it. David B says, Son of a Tech, do you have a referral ID for Binance? I believe so, but I don't know if it's in the current settings. It should be in my affiliate links, which are on the About tab, in the Rocket Chat, and usually down below almost every video. Solaris says, Son of a Tech, what are your thoughts on LTC Mimblewimble code being ready soon? Like I said, I'm behind on that. I will get to it when I can. I don't know. I can't speak intelligently on it right now. Chuck says, how much do you love answering the same question over and over? It's a lot of fun. That's why we do it. Did it 3 times this week. Let's see. I'm a gamer and a miner. Yes, I game and mine. Hell yeah. I wouldn't have gotten into mining if I wasn't a gamer. That's the whole thing that I never understood. I never would have gotten, like, cryptocurrency should be like something every gamer is excited about to a certain extent. Here's one thing that I don't like, though. Anybody suggesting NFTs for in-game purchases or for microtransactions needs to shut the hell up. No microtransactions. Stop it. No. Get those little emails. They're like, check out our new NFT game. I'm like, pound sand. I don't like microtransactions, dude. No gamer does. That's not how you should use crypto in gaming. Just stop. Spud says, do you suggest or are you looking into buying BAT right now? I mean, you can, if you're using Brave browser, you can donate BAT to me. And yes, I have quite a bit of BAT. Thanks to everybody that's donated BAT to me. Brave Token's going to be, I mean, Brave Token is one of the best things out right now as far as if we're talking about a functional portion of cryptocurrency. Them, library, what can we go into? Theta. Dude, the list goes on. There's a lot of like practical applications for cryptocurrencies. Those are the ones you should always be super hot on. If you see a product that's like out, that's functioning, using the blockchain in a manner that makes sense for the public or the general public to use, that should be something you are interested in. Do you think ETH price will go up after EIP 1559? How many times do you have to answer this? We answered it earlier if you can rewind, but basically there's no way to tell for sure, and it really depends on how people respond to MEV, in my humble opinion. Ethical GG says, Son of a Tech, options on the RevTech, or opinions on the RevTech mini motherboard? Yeah, they want you to wire transfer them money, so I'm not going to do it. If they accepted Bitcoin, cool, but I ain't wiring shit. I ain't giving them my account number and routing number and direct wire No. Not doing it. I don't do that. I don't play those games. I don't play those games. I know a lot of people have. I heard Red Panda was successful. I'm not about that life, okay? Not about that direct wire transfer life to some random company located in the middle of nowhere who somebody I've never met. No. Diablo with NFT items, no microtransactions. Nope. Wouldn't play it. Burn that shit with fire. Make me mad. All right. Make sure you do add Son of a Tech so I can easily see when you guys are asking questions. All right. Peter says, at Son of a Tech, I got tricked by Alliance and started with NiceHash. I want to continue mining, but I don't know what I should mine. What would you recommend? Well, obviously, if you're going to use NiceHash, just make sure you're pulling out your Bitcoin to a secure wallet that you control the private keys for as often as possible. Once you're ready to start getting your toes wet, definitely check out the How to Mine Ethereum 2021 video that's on the front page of this channel. and then start getting used to how cryptocurrency sends and receives and that sort of thing. Republic of Awesome, son of a tech, I agree with you about microtransaction, but the numbers say otherwise. Most gamers do buy them. I mean, yes. Look, in the mobile space, I don't think it's as popular on the well, I don't know. I guess we do have like the Fortnites and the Apexes and all of that, right? It would definitely have to be a bigger game though if you want to be successful. He's like it needs to be like Magic the Gathering needs to adopt it, or Fortnite needs to adopt it, something like that, or Apex if it's going to work at all, right? And then maybe there's like some way to earn that coin. You could get it for real money, but then I'm sure there would be like a ton of different like regulations that would go into effect. It would be a nightmare. The possibilities are endless. The regulations are also endless. Mr. Dick Son says, how are your eyes doing after LASIK? They're great. I mean, they're a little dry. But you got like these little drops, and then you take the top off here. And then about once an hour, you dip back. And then you can't see for a little bit, so I shouldn't have done that before chat. And then you're golden. My eyes came out pretty perfect, though, so I'm pretty excited about that. Alfred says, RevTech accepts ETH. They didn't give me an ETH option when I was on their official website. But I can check again. All right, there's a lot of questions, guys. Hold on. Let's see. Chan Coin, congrats on 90K subs. Are you still friends with Red Panda? Of course I get along with Red Panda. I get along with every other cryptocurrency YouTuber, and I think they all have their place in the ecosystem, and you should watch all of them. I can never cover everything, and we need a team of people to cover everything. That being said, I do feel a little weird about the brashness, the manner in which the EIP 1559 response went off. And I didn't feel like we had enough information before that kind of took off. And I still don't feel like I have enough information. Just learning that they pulled the fee cap out, right? Like I just learned that Friday. They pulled the fee cap out. So like it's totally possible to just run that up. I don't know, man. Like there's a lot of stuff going on that we aren't even caught up with yet that we need to really dig into. But removing that fee cap was just mind-blowing me. I didn't even know that that wasn't even a part of EIP 1559 anymore. So we got to really focus on making sure we get all of our facts right and get everything sorted. But I don't think that anything was done in... I think everything came from a good place from the miners, including Red Panda in his initial tweet. I think that everybody has good intentions, and you need to consider the intentions of people over just judging them, right? So you need to be really, really careful on how you approach those things in general. That's my opinion. Let's see. So Brandcoin says, is there anything you did to help become famous on YouTube? Yeah, I did it for 10 years and failed for 10 years and then blew up in like a period of 3 months. I'm not the guy that just got lucky overnight. I wouldn't know anything about that. You can go look at the history of my channel too. Go to the oldest video. You'll see how bad they were too. KPEB says, I'm stuck between buying ETH or Bitcoin motherboard. Which one would you suggest? What do you mean? First of all, Bitcoin's only mineable with an ASIC. Some mining motherboards will say like Bitcoin mining motherboards if they're like bad at English translation. So maybe you're talking about one of those. Or even, I guess they all call them that now. Is that true? Technically, I think the colorful I have over here says it's a Bitcoin, but it's not really Bitcoin mining. I understand that can be confusing. Maybe we should try to clear that up sometime. Twinsy says Ravencoin at this rate with EIP 1559 would be more profitable. We don't know. We don't know the answer to that. When I know, there'll be a video. So hit that sub, hit that notification bell, and when we know, you'll know. Cool? That's all I can give you, man. That's it. I can't speculate on it enough. A Legion 666. Great channel. Congrats on 90K. Your thoughts on PayPal crypto merchant payments and possible impact on the crypto space. So currently, I haven't checked PayPal again. I know you couldn't remove the Bitcoin or the Ethereum you bought in PayPal. Obviously, like anything like PayPal, adopting cryptocurrency is good for everybody. Okay? So I think that is awesome. And I think that like it's good overall, but would I recommend going and buying Bitcoin on PayPal right now or crypto on PayPal right now? No. Also, the reports are that PayPal has sold more Bitcoin and more crypto in general than they actually possess, which is going to be a problem later on down the line. Maybe they resolve that, maybe they haven't, but keep a close eye on like stuff like that, right? Just be careful. XDN mining, I haven't really gotten into it, Bryce. Sorry, I can add it to my list if enough people are interested. Let's see. Steven says, we still in a bull run? I mean, I don't, because I don't know the definitions well enough probably. But we are going up and up and up. I guess we've bounced back below 60 a couple times. But like after the first drop, it went to like, so if it goes up and then it drops and recorrects and then it goes back up above what it previously was, then technically, yes, I guess that's a bull run. Still. Plus it's alt season right now. So you're seeing more price increase in altcoins than you are in Bitcoin necessarily. Austin asked, do you use a VPN on your router? We do use a VPN at the router level for the miners with flash routers, which I've shown you guys previously on this channel. Andrew says, where is better to mine Windows 10 Direct or Hiveos? I mean, I think everybody would say Hiveos for sure. Frank, thanks for the $5. Thoughts on Tazos? I haven't done enough research on Tazos. Sorry to be disappointed there. But once again, if it gets requested enough, it'll get added to the sheet. I will do a full review and we will do a WTF is Tazos. At this time, I don't have any thoughts or opinions on it in particular. Is it unsafe to mine to an exchange for saving gas fees? It can be. It was more unsafe back in the day, less unsafe now. I always mine a portion of it to crypto.com so that I can pay my power bill easier. It just makes life easier. Also, you do save on transferring it to Bitcoin if you're expecting to just get rid of it right away. So typically my process right now is mine directly to crypto.com, convert to Bitcoin, then send that Bitcoin to a hardware wallet. All right. So Thomas Collins asks, would you hold a decent amount of Ether with speculation that after 2.0 the price per coin would skyrocket? I'm not holding any Ethereum. The more and more I look at Ethereum, especially with what MEV is doing, I don't really have that much faith in it right now. I want to see how it shakes out. And it hasn't been scaling with Bitcoin as much. So, yeah. Let's see. Ramen asks, is it unsafe? We already did that. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to get through all this. It's hard to read this stuff. Mr. Anderson, if you had 10K to build a mining rig with what you buy, what would your plan be? I would buy crypto right now, to be frank with you, dude. Unless you can buy cards at retail. So if you want to get into mining, what you should do is be entering every Newegg shuffle possible and just having the money ready to buy whatever card it tells you you can buy. That's it. That's all you can do right now. And then while you're waiting, take that 10K, throw it into crypto.com and start, or block, probably not BlockFi, because BlockFi doesn't have their card yet, so you can't get it out fast enough. But like throw it into crypto.com as Bitcoin and then just ride that up. And then whenever it's ready to purchase, whenever you're ready to purchase the thing, just do the top up on the crypto.com card, purchase that card. But then you're not letting then you're at least making your money sort of work for you while you're waiting on it. Of course, Bitcoin could go down. So up to you. You could lose money is what I'm saying too. I don't know. I just leave everything in Bitcoin. Like, I literally own no fiat. It's bad. It's bad. I only put enough in my account in fiat to pay bills. That's it right now. Let's see. Supermoto dude says he just ordered a Trezor. Should you create a new Trezor wallet if you're concerned about your PC MetaMask is compromised? Yeah, you should get it all out of MetaMask right away. You shouldn't create the Trezor wallet on there. You should create on a PC that isn't infected with anything and then send everything from the PC that you think is infected to that. And worst case, man, if you got to go buy like a little $50 computer off of like Craigslist just to get it done, do it. Don't plug that Trezor into a possibly infected computer, though. Andre asks, Son of a Tech, I asked you because I got a problem with Hiveos. On Windows, you get $100 a day, but on Hive, with higher mega hash, you got $67 per day. Well, what are you mining? Where are you mining to? There's a lot of other factors that go into that. Let's see. Kumar says, why is MetaMask bad? It's not bad. I've talked about MetaMask and rotten seeds, and you should definitely go watch that so that you're informed on what you should be aware of and cautious of when using MetaMask. Brendan says, Son of a Tech, do you think it's possible / more secure to mine in a virtual machine? No. That's a more complicated question. No. Look, don't ever, if you're mining on something, just don't use something that has personal or financial information on it. And go bare metal. Call it a day. S. McAllister, I have two 3070s pre-builds, one on Ethermine, one on NiceHash. Ethermine to Coinbase to BTC versus NiceHash for free. You're losing using Ethermine. Yeah, you got to be testing everything all the time. Now, obviously, with NiceHash, if because of how NiceHash works, which means it is a proxy, right? And people are renting your hash rate. There are times when people are using your machine are going to pay you more than you would make just mining Ethereum directly. That can be the case because of how the market fluctuates. Because people are excited, and people that aren't typically miners are currently excited about EIP 1559, and they think the price of Ethereum is going to go up, they're willing to pay more to rent the hash rate from NiceHash. But Ethermine's not working with MEV right now. Flexpool's doing pretty good. Flexpool's about 0.1 ETH per gigahash. Solo Outlaw says, do you advise to invest more in graphics cards and build a mining rig? For now, I have a 3080 and you're in Germany. Pay 33 cents per, that's a lot, per kilowatt hour. But ETH is still profitable. Yeah, it's still profitable, but with the price of GPUs, I'm not really going out recommending that you buy GPUs unless you can buy them at retail. But that's just because I don't know what's going to happen with Ethereum and how bad profits are going to be. I could probably adjust that out based on Ravencoin, I suppose. Honey says, at Son of a Tech, does the new AMD 6700 XT work on Hiveos? I don't know. I don't have a 6700 XT. More than likely not, because it probably needs an AMD driver update. AMD driver updates on Ubuntu suck. Well, at least Hiveos. Let's see. Moem says, I have a 3 miner mining 630 mega hash a second. Thinking about adding a new miner, 7x1660 super. Oops. Hold on. At 500-ish. Is it worth it? What would you recommend? I wouldn't buy any 1660s. 1660 supers for $500 a piece? Look. If you're getting 7 1660s for $500, then hell yeah. If you're paying $500 per 1660 super, then hell no. BTech, $50. Thank you, my good man. Crypto Tuber, Appreciation Day. Woohoo! Let's see. GN says, what pool you think is better, Flexpool or Ethermine? Flexpool's paying more right now. That might change when Ethermine gets theirs fully flushed out. That being said, Ethermine's only paying 80% of MEV. Claus Critchley says, Sumitech, what coins should I mine for your 360 10 gig? I'm actually, or 1063 gig. Ooh, 360 10 gig. Awesome. Whatever, you get it. I don't know. I'm still looking at what I want to do. Mine are just now getting kicked off Raven. Chuck says, Son of a Tech, is it worth mining with an Asus Ares Strix Vega 56? Yeah, hell yeah, those mine Ethereum great, dude. Review Cog says, Son of a Tech, what motherboard would you recommend for a 3080 Ti? Well, for gaming or for mining only? And multiple cards or single card? GCM says, Son of a Tech, what do you think about profit switching between pools for the same coin? Currently, that doesn't work as well as it used to. Obviously, it used to work, which was called pool hopping. This was prevented in PPS Plus and PPLNS. If you find PPS, no. If you find, trying to remember, is it PPS or PP? I don't think it's supported on any, well, there's coins that you can do that with now that are PPS. Like none off the top of my head right now at this point. You basically get punished for hopping pools at this point. All right. Andre says, you mine in the same pool, everything is the same, just Windows 10 and Hiveos is different. What could cause the drop from $100 to 67? Overclocks would be the only thing, man. I can't tell you because I did IT support for a long freaking time, and I'm pretty good at showing you guys most of the things, but there are just things that I can't troubleshoot in the YouTube chat. It's just the way it is. There's a lot of things I probably can't even troubleshoot within like a DM. Sometimes you just got to keep working at it. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, though. I don't have any issues with Hiveos like that I've seen. Crypto investor says, is the 6700 XT 12 gigabyte worth buying? Is it the extra RAM that's slowing the hash rates down? No. Well, yes and no. So it's actually less RAM, right? But because of the way the memory is laid out on the board, basically the bus width is smaller, which makes it not mine as well. Everything's about bus width, pretty much, and memory clock, but seeing that pretty much all the memory modules are the same usually comes down to bus width when mining Ethereum. My prediction would be the 6700 XTs are going to be pretty good at mining Cortex, though. Enzo says, hey, son of a tech, what do you think about the 6x RX 580 rig for mining? You found them for $300 each. You can buy 6 580s for $300. That sounds like a hell of a deal. Or are you paying $300 per RX 580? Look, guys, if you guys are worried about profitability, you need to wait till July. If you want to start building a mining rig now and you're worried about profitability, you should calculate ROI for being paid off by the time 1559 comes into place. We've talked about this a lot before. Also, RX 580s are kind of trash on every other algo. They may as well be ET hash ASICs at this point. They're really not good at much else. Thomas Collins says, son of a tech, do you know anything about Coinami wallets? No, I do not, and I can add it to my list if enough people are interested. Is it Harold or Gerald? I don't know, but son of a tech is good to mine on Hiveos pool with an RX 6800. There's pools. Hiveos is an operating system. Hiveos is a pool. Hiveos is a PPS plus pool, which means that you get paid no matter what happens or how many blocks they find. If they do find a block, then you get a portion of that block reward dependent on the amount of shares you have. Ethermine only pays out if they find a block and they pay you in accordance with the amount of shares. Please go watch, just go watch my channel. I've talked about the differences between mining OSs, miners, pools. I've done a video on that. I broke it down really simply. I've talked about all this stuff previously. Please go and check that stuff out to get a better idea on what the actual individual pieces of mining are so that you understand what you're asking, I guess, or can help articulate your questions better so that we can get kind of on the same page. I mean, it's pretty much, yeah, pretty much. Thomas, you've already asked a ton about Coinami wallets. I already told you I don't know. Please chill. Katalin says RTX 3060 12 gigabyte for $970. No. So the tech was Luxcoin. I haven't done enough research on that one to comment intelligently on it, but I do have it on my list. All right, Thomas, that is going to be a ban. Get a timeout first, buddy. I don't know where my mods are. All right. Gian says, after EIP 1559, do you think that other coins will replace Ethereum mining profitability? I already talked about this a lot. I don't know what else I can say other than we don't know. When I know, you'll know. Zach Slater says, would you recommend using UPS for mining rigs? You would spend way too much money on UPSs. Just use a, so you want to do surge protection at the box level. You would preferably also have some sort of gas-powered, solar-powered, some sort of generator as a backup for like the whole mining farm. And then you would run PDUs. Preferably PDUs that have some sort of monitoring in them. Schmorb says, is it possible to mine Cortex with 8 gigabytes of VRAM on Windows 10? No, it needs 11 gigabytes. Otherwise, you need to move to Linux, and then 8 gigabytes is enough. Suna says, hello, I'm mining on LOL Miner using Ethermine with a 1080 Ti and 1070 Ti, nearly getting 45 mega hash a second. You'll need to look into the ETH largemint pill for the 1080 Ti, and that should get you a little bit more. But I do hear that that is going away with the hardened memory. Vestige says, what kind of mining OS do I prefer? I prefer just Hiveos, simple mining, Rave OS, something that I can get remote management on that just makes everything easier and can load onto a USB drive to reduce costs of building the rigs. Travis Chambers says, Summit, are you trying to buy any CMP cards when they launch? Yeah, I'm trying. We'll see what happens. I also still haven't been able to buy a 6700 XT for testing. Zach says, just want to save breaking cards if power goes out at this point. Yeah, that's why you want to do the surge protection at your box. Just ask any electrician. They'll get that going for you. Should be like $500-$600 something. I don't know. With install, 1,000, something like that. Chris Cray says, Sematech, can you please explain how mining and buying coins differs in terms of supporting a coin's price? Please explain how mining and buying coins differs in terms of supporting a coin's price. I'm trying to analyze what you mean by that. That may be something that I'd have to sit down and write out for you. Because obviously, like without mining, you're not completing transactions. If it's a mineable coin, right? And then depending on like how many coins are generated and what type of coin it is, there's a lot of different factors that play into that. There's not a black and white. Most of this stuff's not black and white though. GG says, how are my eyes? Good. Yeah, they're good. I'm about to wrap up here though. They are getting tired. I think we've answered enough questions. I'm going to wrap it up with a few more. And then we are going to call it. Let's see. Oh, we already talked about that. You're going to have to rewind the video, Joey. Renzo, if I switch from Ethermine to Flexpool, we've already talked about that. Soap, any tips for starters? Go watch one of my 900 videos. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, do as much research as you possibly can. I have a ton of stuff on this channel. This should help you out. You just need to educate yourself as much as possible. Lewis says, do you have a video on how to select a power supply for a rig? Yes, we have. They're older though, so I do need to do an updated one. It's on the list, but a parallel miner, which you should have, there should be a referral link in most of my descriptions. They're going to be the cheapest way to get the cleanest, most efficient power. And they basically just take server power supplies with these things called breakout boards and convert them to 8-pin PCIe plugs. So, yeah, so the layout of the room is this. So there's a big, for me, there's a 55-inch TV right here. There's my 24-inch 240 hertz gaming monitor right here, which will pull out. Usually if you see me live streaming video games, you'll see like a clip of this. This is my gaming monitor. And then my editing monitor, which chat's on right now, is right here. And that one comes out when I'm like editing and stuff for color correction or whatnot, which I can't color correct worth a fudge because I'm colorblind, so whatever. But now I'm 20/20 colorblind. Mother. Yeah. All right. Which wallet and miner should you use? So, well, wallet won't really matter. You should always. Yeah, we've already answered that a lot. I think I'm gonna call it for now. FinTech channel. What has been your favorite moment being a crypto miner? Quitting my day job. I hate working for someone else. Man, like the idea that I have to sit somewhere between 8 and 5, regardless of the amount of work or how well I do at that work, is infuriating to me. I just don't handle that stuff very well. And I did that for a long time. Be like, well, if you worked faster, you got punished. If you worked more efficient, you just did I don't like that. I don't like that work environment. I like to work a lot. I don't like to work somewhere where I don't have work yet or forced to sit there. Travis, could the colorblind correction glasses fix my issue? I haven't tried them. Nobody sent me one. I quit my day job about 3 weeks ago, GG. So everybody, thanks for the 90K. 100K, get me there. Everybody go share the channel out. Let's get to 100K and get that check mark so when the spam bots are like, I'm going to be Son of a Tech, we can be like, no, you're not. Son of a Tech has a check mark next to his name. That's really the only reason I really want to be at 100K right now. I just want the yeah, so viewers know who the real mother goat is. All right. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you